Pause. Rewind that clip one more time. A girl who swore on God's green earth she was focused on her son, focused on God, focused on leveling up by herself. No help at all. Somehow ended up back on a live stream airing out a man she claimed she blocked. Meanwhile, a different girl, the new girl, the one who got introduced as the Golden Retriever, not even 4 months ago, is lip-syncing horror movie audio at 2 a.m. like she just walked into a crime scene. And the man at the center of all of it? He's grinning, posting, kissing a fiancé he's already broken up with twice. 3 women, 1 phone, 0 adults in the room. And nobody is asking the question that actually matters yet. So we're going to ask it, real quick before I peel this thing apart. If drama dissection is your speed, tap that like, smash subscribe, ring the bell. You'll already know the drill. Now, let me get into what these clips are actually telling us. Mid-November 2025, Blueface, government named Jonathan Porter, walked out of North Kern State Prison on November 3rd after serving roughly 2 years of a 4-year probation violation bid. Within weeks, 3 separate women were back in the headline cycle around him. Jaidyn Alexis, the on and off fiancée and mother of his 2 oldest kids. Chrisean Rock, government name Chrisean Malone, mother of Chrisean Jr. And Nevaeh Akira, the new girlfriend he introduced on Twitch as his Golden Retriever, and who, per multiple outlets, is now reportedly pregnant with what would be his 4th child. Within that same window, Blueface and Jaidyn were photographed running it back publicly. Chrisean went live claiming he'd been blowing up her phone, accusing him of going through her messages, then ended the broadcast by calling him a coward and saying she blocked him. And Nevaeh, the supposed new flame, posted a TikTok lip-syncing audio from the horror film Obsession, an audio that has become internet shorthand for she's about to lose it. 3 women, 1 week, 1 man who keeps grinning through the smoke. Watch this part. Let me put the raw words on the table first. No spin, just what came out of these people's actual mouths. Chrisean, on live, voice doing that thing it does when she's trying to sound calm, but isn't. Why you go through my phone? Why are we talking about people I talk to? Why is that even a conversation? Oh, he's sounding crazy. He really is. That was the opening salvo. A few seconds later, in the same broadcast, clipped and reposted by Chatterboxtia on November 14th, she pivots and says, begging to come back in my life. Okay, then she escalates. Let me air you out. You're a coward. She says she blocked him. She says he no longer has access. Reaction? Honestly, I just stared at the screen for a second, because 3 sentences later she's softening. I feel him though, because that part of me was deep. I was 19. He's seen something in me. He taught me things. So which is it? Coward or mentor? Blocked for good, or he played a big part? She's arguing with herself in real time and not even hiding it. Now Nevaeh. Her statement wasn't verbal. It was a TikTok. Her own words from the same period, captured in clips reposted to Instagram. It was cool when he was laid up over there and when Jaidyn didn't want to be with him. It was cool then. But the minute she like, hey, let me show these something, y'all want to act crazy. Dry. She's not screaming. She's not crying. She's diagnosing. And then Jaidyn, who has spent the last calendar year being the most quietly strategic person in this entire ecosystem, did exactly what Jaidyn does. She didn't post a paragraph. She didn't go live. She showed up, got photographed kissing him, and let the visual do the talking. As one fan account put it bluntly, that big kiss said everything without saying a word. No response needed. The picture is the response. Now stack these against the calendar. This is where it gets uncomfortable. November 3rd, he's released. He goes live to celebrate. By mid-November, Nevaeh is being publicly framed as the girlfriend. Pregnancy reporting follows shortly after, with multiple outlets confirming a baby boy reportedly named Solar Porter is on the way. By the time that pregnancy news circulates, that interview, the Jaidyn reunion content, is already in motion. The deleted and reposted Nevaeh content arrives in the same window. Chrisean's blocked him broadcast lands almost immediately after. So what does that mean if you actually lay it out? It means within a roughly 30-day stretch, the same man is publicly A. reconnecting with his fiancée of record, B. being announced as an expectant father with a new partner, and C. per Chrisean's own words, calling texting, going through phones, and pressing for access to a fourth woman whose son he previously denied on national adjacent television. Hold on, let me back up, because this is the part that actually matters, and I almost rushed past it. The paternity thing. People keep treating it like background noise. It's not. Blueface went on BET and reiterated that he doesn't believe Chrisean Jr. is biologically his, even though Chrisean has posted alleged DNA results saying otherwise. That denial is the load-bearing wall of his current narrative. If she's telling the truth, and her DNA post says she is, then every "she's begging me back" comment becomes a man trying to overwrite the fact that he walked out on a child he produced. That's not a coincidence. Sorry, let me say that differently. That's not random. The denial and the "she's chasing me" framing are doing the same job. They're both rewriting his exit as her loss. And the timing of Nevaeh's TikTok lands inside this same fog. She wasn't reacting to the engagement ring. She was reacting to being demoted from golden retriever to third option in roughly 72 hours. Now, look at the Jaidyn piece. People keep painting her as the heartbroken ex who keeps falling for it. She's not. Her own mother, Carlisa, is officially managing her career now, and the strategic pivot is obvious to anybody watching. Jaidyn's a recording artist with a Baddies co-sign, an OnlyFans, and a beauty brand reportedly in development. The reunion isn't romantic. Or, fine, not only romantic. It's a business move dressed up in a kiss. Every time those two get photographed together, both of their numbers go up. That's the engine, and nobody's naming it. Let me zoom in on 3 specific pieces that the timeline is hiding. Behavioral forensics, the phone confession. Chrisean's exact phrasing was, "Somebody went through my phone and they like really tripping for no reason." Then on the live, "Why you go through my phone? Why are we talking about people I talk to?" I had to listen to it 3 times, because she's saying 2 things at once. 1, he had access to her phone. 2, he got upset about what he found. That's not a man begging to be back. That's a man who already is back, at least close enough to be holding her device, and didn't like what he saw. The begging framing is hers. The physical access is his. Those are 2 different stories, and she's telling them in the same breath. Audio forensics, the obsession sound. Nevaeh didn't pick that audio at random. The clip from the 2009 thriller is from a scene where a woman is publicly unraveling at a date because the man across from her is lying to her face. It's not a "haha, I'm mad" sound. It's the internet's current shorthand for "I see exactly what's happening and I'm about to stop being polite." That she chose that one, out of the 1,000 trending sounds she could have grabbed, tells you the level of awareness she's operating at. She's not confused. She's documenting. Legal adjacent forensics, the DNA receipts. This is the buried one. Chrisean posted what she presented as paternity confirmation showing Blueface as the father of Chrisean Jr. He's continued to publicly deny it. Both versions cannot be true. One of those receipts is fabricated and one isn't. The reason this matters today, not in 2024 when it broke, is because every current Chrisean is begging me claim he makes only lands if the public still believes the kid isn't his. The paternity denial is the foundation. Pull that brick out, the whole story collapses. Allegedly, of course. Reportedly, we're working with what's been posted. But you see the shape of it. Here's where it gets fun, because the outlets are not telling the same story. The legacy hip-hop press, your Vibe, your Hot 97, your BET, is leaning toward the redemption arc. The Blueface's home, Family Man, new chapter frame. Hot 97's release coverage emphasized his message to fans and the fresh start angle. BET ran the family reunion footage. The framing choice here is rehabilitation. They're not lying, but they're picking a lane. The blog and shade room layer is running the opposite play. They're emphasizing the chaos, Nevaeh's crash out, the 3 women 1 week structure, the kiss with Jaidyn while Chrisean's on live. The framing choice is spectacle. And then TMZ, which is the only outlet currently treating any of this as a money story, went straight to the most damaging frame of all. They quoted him on BET, admitting he faked the family image with Chrisean for money. That's not gossip. That's a man on camera saying his last relationship was a financial performance. Now here's the counter-narrative I want to address head-on. The loudest version going around right now says, Chrisean is unwell. She keeps relapsing into talking about him. She's the obsessed one. Blueface has moved on. Steelman it. She does keep coming back to him. She did tattoo his face. She did later laser it off. She is the one who went live, not him. Now dismantle it. He's the one who, per her words, accessed her phone. He's the one whose current girlfriend is melting down on TikTok over his behavior. He's the one with a fiancé he's quote-unquote re-engaged to while expecting a baby with someone else. If Chrisean is obsessed, fine, but he's the one keeping the door cracked. You don't get to deny paternity on national television, allegedly text your ex while your new girl is pregnant, and then play the victim of her attention. That math doesn't work. The mainstream read is missing the engine room. Let me show you what I mean. The mainstream version of this story is messy man, messier exes, mess all around. Cute. Marketable. Cover photo of 3 women looking unhinged. Blueface in the middle with that grin. Easy clicks. But that's not what's actually happening. What's actually happening is a textbook attention economy maneuver, and Carlisa, Blueface's mother, now Jaidyn's official manager, is running it. Look at the structure. Jaidyn's music rollout, her baddies arc, her beauty brand pivot, her OnlyFans, all of these need eyeballs. Eyeballs cost money in 2026 unless you can manufacture them organically. And the cheapest, most reliable way to manufacture eyeballs in the rap-adjacent internet economy is a Blueface-shaped news cycle. Every time Blueface posts with Jaidyn, her stream counts move. Every time he denies Chrisean Jr., the timeline lights up for 48 hours, and in that window people search his name, find Jaidyn's music, click her page, follow her brand. Nevaeh is the wild card who got upgraded from supporting cast to co-lead because the storyline needed a third pole. The pregnancy reporting? That arrived right on time to keep the cycle hot through the holiday content drought. I'm not saying it's all staged. I'm saying it doesn't have to be staged to be managed. Here's the part the press won't print. Chrisean is the only person in this triangle without a manager pulling strings. She's freelancing her own drama. That's why her art feels raw, more contradictory, more genuinely unstable. She's saying he's a coward and a teacher in the same broadcast because nobody is editing her in real time. Jaidyn doesn't do that. Jaidyn shows up, looks pretty, kisses him, leaves. That's not personality, that's coaching. And Nevaeh? Nevaeh is learning the playbook in real time. The TikTok was good. The audio choice was sharp. The "you wanna act crazy" line was clean. She's not crashing out. She's auditioning for the position Jaidyn currently holds, which is the one who gets paid when he makes headlines. 5 jabs for the road. 1. That he's begging me back. Framing only works if you forget he's the one who allegedly went through her phone. 2. Though I'm focused on God and my son, speech hits different when you deliver it on a live stream about your ex. 3. The engagement was called off, then on, then off. At some point that ring becomes a prop. 4. A kiss in front of the camera isn't reconciliation, it's a press release. 5. When 3 women's content cycles synchronize this perfectly, that's not chemistry, that's choreography. Somebody is conducting this orchestra. We're just arguing about which violin is loudest. Watch how this plays out. The likeliest path: Jaidyn and Blueface stay publicly entangled through the spring music push. Expect at least 1 collaborative track, 1 viral red carpet moment, and 1 "we're taking a break" announcement timed conveniently before a single drop. Her numbers climb. His relevance recharges. The relationship status will fluctuate based on what the rollout needs that month. Don't be shocked when Chrisean pivots. The version of her you're watching right now, the one mid-broadcast arguing with herself, is the version right before the reinvention. By the next quarter, expect a rebrand. New music, possibly a new lane entirely. Reality TV is calling. She'll either answer or torch the phone, and either choice generates content. The opposition's failure prediction here is simple. Anyone betting she stays quiet for longer than 6 weeks is going to lose that bet. The aftershock 5 years out is where it gets bleak. I want to say this carefully. Chrisean Jr. is going to be old enough to Google himself. Solar Porter, if that's the name that sticks, will be 4. Jaidyn's kids will be teenagers. Every single one of these clips lives forever. The cultural residue isn't was the relationship real. It's what does it do to a child to grow up inside a feed where the adults treated paternity like a punchline. That's the cost nobody's putting on the invoice. Once the streams cool off and the algorithm moves on, what's left is 4 children, 3 women, and a man whose career was built on being unbothered. The unbothered routine has a shelf life. We're closer to the end of it than the start. Watch the room when the music stops. Y'all saw what I saw. You got the read you're not going to get anywhere else. Drop your take below. Am I being too generous to one of them, too hard on another? Fight me in the comments. I want every angle. Like, subscribe, hit the bell because part 2 of this, the Carlissive Manager piece, is already in the drafts. Run it back, share it with the one friend who keeps defending him, and I'll see y'all in the next one.